Augusta, sweet Augusta, on my mind. I'll have Augusta, sweet Augusta, on my mind. On my mind. There's a place where folks all go to work out their frustration, where Mother Nature meets the world of sport and recreation. They swear and scream and slam and curse as they pursue their lofty goal to grab their club and smack it along and put one in the hole. Tee it up, where we gonna hit 'em today? Tee it up, got my sticks and I'm on my way. I got a brand new glove and a new set of grips, so I can't keep from making that trip. If you wanna know.
All right, welcome back, Golfing World, to TGD Today. This segment is Tech Talk with Al Cloyd. We have Dr. Grind in the house with Hugh Roy III, our resident playing professional, teaching professional, and sometimes all-around good guy.
Sometimes.
Yeah, and George Honeycutt, of course, Godfather.
That's right.
How are you, Doc?
Doing great. And yourself?
See, he's nice. He asked.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I know you don't.
I don't care.
That's sad.
I love
We
it.
are talking grind golf today, and folks, I want you to go to this website, www.grind, and you're going to pull up Al Cloyd's Custom Golf, home of the Grind Golf Club, and that's what we're going to talk about today.
Yes, sir.
All right, what are we going to talk about?
All right.
He doesn't know.
He don't know. I don't have a clue.
This is going to be like our first damn segment?
We're going to have fun.
We're gonna have fun.
Start pulling. Let's go.
You got it. All right.
Let's start
Okay,
BSing
so
and having this.
hold
You got it?
on, Grind Golf.
See, Mister, I got to have everything organized.
Let's get this stuff in order here. Grind Golf is your company.
Yes, sir.
You put these clubs together, you mill these clubs, you grind these clubs, and again, grinding is soles and stuff like that,
That's correct.
right?
That's correct.
And you also groove them and do all that.
Hand stamp them. We shape them according to the.
What the hell is putting a stamp on a golf club going to do?
There you go. It's going
Makes
to
you feel
personalize
impotent.
it. Yep. Impotent.
Do you mail them somewhere? Or?
There you go. You know, all over the United States. We've even mailed
Maybe
a
that
couple
would
to
help.
England. So.
Couldn't hurt.
So personalization stamps, it's real big right now.
Oh, that's huge.
initials,
Huge.
Putting initials,
Yeah.
I mean, that's people
Yeah.
like that stuff, and it's theirs.
Oh, the looks I get on my wedge, you put the Godfather on?
Yes.
People love that shit, man. That's good stuff.
Awesome.
That's
awesome.
good stuff. So
This is our 51 degree wedge. This particular one here, we've sent it out and had it plated, so it will not rust.
so it comes with a plate.
Yeah, it comes
Little
with a
saucer?
plate. Yeah, it comes in a dish.
Yeah.
So you
In a
can't beat a
teacup?
deal like that.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. And then now we're going with and now we're getting color oriented. So like if there's any particular
yeah.
colors you want,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
name it and we can hit that color in the ferrule and the paint fill.
Like like Royer Pink.
Yeah, heck yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
definitely.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got his
definitely.
own shade of pink.
So and then we've got
Hey, all I got to
pure-
say is my boy put my 3-wood on Facebook, and all he says was, "This man did it before Bubba could even shave." So hey,
that's right.
That's right.
that's right.
I
That's
agree.
right.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
Definitely.
Go ahead. Al.
And we've got Pure Grips doing all the grind grips for us now. We've actually had them doing them for years.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a great relationship with those guys.
and I'm currently testing some Pure Grips.
Yep, and then we got a little announcement to make. Just as soon as Jason gets freed up, they got a lot going on right now.
Yeah.
So that's the 51.
That's
and then
a
I
good look.
brought a
See, it says 51.
51. That me and Lamont come up with that. It's something different.
Lord have
Kind
mercy.
of got tired of looking at just 60, 6.0 or 5. So let's do something a little different. So that's kind of become our trademark in stamping.
Yeah. 6th grade education over here.
That's it. You know it.
Yeah.
Hey, anybody
This
knows
is-
if I
this is
post
a-
anything to
this is a
Facebook,
gorgeous
if
golf
it's
club.
spelled wrong, I done it.
Yeah. I was
it's
talking about
spelled right,
him, not
somebody
you.
else.
I was talking about him.
Don't knock a 6th grade education. I went to the 7th, and I was highest in my family.
Yeah.
There you go. You can't beat a deal like
There
that.
you go. Well, at least you went. At least you went.
And then here's a 55, which is basically a sand wedge.
Okay.
Same with it. You know,
Now,
just
last week we went through swing weights and we went through grinds and bounces and all that over the last several weeks. Again, with these wedges, they can pretty much go on there and detail or get specific as far as bounce.
That's correct.
And how they want the heel to weigh and the toe to weigh and all that other stuff. You can basically make this custom, can't you?
Oh, definitely. There's a design page, you know, once they get on there where they can pick their loft, they can pick their bounce rate, they can pick what shaft they want, what length, what lie angle, what colors they like.
Length.
So,
Length.
Length.
How you spell that?
Length. Length.
you
It's
can't
got
beat
2
it.
L's in it.
Yeah.
L-E-O-N.
Obviously, that's capital L L, capital
That's
L
it.
L.
East Tennessee coming out in me. You gotta love
All
it.
right.
You gotta love it.
It's all right.
All right,
So,
Al Cloyd.
Grip
so,
size, you know, and everything like
So
that.
basically, you build the club and you get it back to them. Now that's taken a lot of assumptions that the purchaser knows exactly what they need.
That's correct. Sometimes it takes a phone interview. You know, so I at any point in time, they can give us a call at 843-602-5527, and we can sit down and talk with that individual and see what they're looking for, you know, in a wedge.
Now, will you actually answer that? Because I know you don't answer me when I call.
I will answer that. If I don't answer, it's
Just
because
stating
I'm grinding
fact.
on a wedge,
Just
and I
stating
just
fact.
cannot
It's called
get to the
caller
phone.
ID.
It's called caller ID.
He's grinding on a wedge. Did
I'm
you hear
grinding
that?
on a wedge. So,
Oh, he's grinding on
He's so full of bull.
grinding on something.
Man, yeah. He better regrind that patty he's laying down.
There you
All
go.
right.
And then the exciting news is we've actually
Exciting news. Hold on.
branched out and
Let's get the flasher up.
We've
Yeah,
done a
drum roll.
production putter.
Son, this thing is gorgeous.
This is, folks, I'm not kidding you. This thing is.
yeah.
Lamont man is my man, but I'm gonna tell you what, Al's coming up a quick second here right now. I mean, this thing
It's good
you
looking
couldn't-
putter.
This is close to an answer looking putter as I've seen in years.
That's
Yeah,
gorgeous,
It's
man.
pretty.
It
That
you know,
feels
took
great.
some time, you know, backwards and forwards.
Backwards and forwards.
Backwards and forwards.
Backwards.
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 But we
You can't beat it.
Finally got with stick club pole or ball bat. We finally got the weight where we wanted it. You know, the look where we wanted it. You know, it took some time, but I wanted to get a solid milled putter. There's no wells on this particular model, but it's all CNC milled from one solid block of metal. And then we have the ability to come in and stamp the back of it. So grind will go in here, your initials or your name, and then whatever paint fill colors you like. And then we've had our own grips made now by Pure. So I'm really excited about that. And one of the other things, I'll go ahead and show that.
Don't be going nowhere.
Don't be going nowhere with that.
Before you get away from that, retail on that putter is going to be what?
Yeah, the retail on this putter is going to be $199.
Son, you can't beat it.
Custom fit, you know, and stamped to you.
Yeah.
That's great.
You know, I felt
And again,
that putters
are
were
you-
just getting ridiculously overpriced.
That's
You know, and
amazing.
you're
That is a gorgeous putter
you know.
right there.
Now, granted, this is not a handmade putter. You know, it's a precision CNC milled putter.
Right.
Completely different from what Lamont's doing.
Right.
You know, he's a true craftsman, and you know, and this is a great putter at a great price. And that's what I was really going for.
Right.
And then also one more announcement that I'm really excited to make is that Lamont is going to do all of our handmades. So we're going to do probably anywhere between 2 to 4 handmades a year, which will be grind, man-crafted putters.
So you're announcing a further expansion on the relationship
partnership.
between.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got it. Yeah.
So we're really excited about
I'm the
that.
one with the legal brain here.
So
Okay.
if anybody wants a putter, you know, designed from scratch, you know, just come talk to us.
Right.
I can talk backwards and forwards with Lamont or put you on with Lamont, and no problem.
Okay. Al, let's go back to the putter here.
Yes, sir.
Again, this is a CNC milled putter.
I'll let you hold it so you can talk.
Where Lamont is doing the individual components. And he carves his out and then welds them together.
Yeah,
so this is one piece here.
Yep. He CNC mills, pretty much every one of his putters.
Right.
And a lot of times he welds his hosels on, which does give a slightly softer feel.
Right.
When I designed this one, it was designed more for economics.
Right.
And playability and feel.
Right.
Those were the three concerns. So we found a.
Well, there's a big difference between this and a mass-produced putter. I mean,
no
see
doubt.
it. You can see it, and buying off the rack, this thing is actually going to be set up to your length, your lie, your
That's
loft.
correct. That's correct.
We assume the loft.
Yeah.
So, because this one here is, as you noted, probably 2 and a half. So if I need a 4. We'll be able to work that out.
Oh, definitely. It is very,
And
very
we're talking
difficult.
about degrees of loft, folks.
Yeah.
The face angle. So if you're looking at it on television,
Whether a
So-
person has either excessive or forward press or reverse
Right.
press,
Right.
to where they're changing the loft from its face value.
I absolutely love the face pattern.
Oh, the
That's
whole
a
putter
beautiful
is,
face
I'm telling
pattern.
you, folks, you look down at it, it is gorgeous. The top line is not too thick, but it's just thick enough to where it gives you the basic block lines to it.
What does this
where
weigh
it sets
down
up
at?
square.
In its static position, the way it is right now.
It swing weights out at a D6
D6.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
at 34 inches.
Is there any back weight on it?
This one, no.
Okay.
But now that grip, kind of like when we had talked with Jason,
Yeah, the grips.
The grip actually works as a mild back weight.
Yeah, the
'cause
grip's a little heavy.
grip's a little heavy.
Yeah. And again, folks, you want to make sure that you've got, as the putter head lays down flush and square, you want to make sure you got the right lie angle for your hands. Do you hold them high? Do you hold them low? That sort of things.
That's correct.
And then the loft, of course. Whether you're a toe putter or straight back and forth putter, you want to look at and make sure you don't get any toe drip on it or whatever, flop over.
It's called toe release.
Toe release. I was getting there, dude. So
We're looking at a mallet. I'm working on it
Right.
right now. Just a
Right.
simple mallet, kind of
Right.
center shafted.
it's got your alignment line on it, which is good. Every putter should have an alignment line, no doubt about it.
And then we'll have the ability to custom finish those as well. If somebody wants a white putter, they want a green putter or a purple
So,
putter.
are
we can do
you
that.
going to be posting that on the website?
Yeah, we will. Pretty soon. The website's a little dated. For anybody
little?
that's looking at
Really?
it. Yeah. Well, let's say a lot.
Okay.
Dated.
Okay.
Jeff's going to take care of that for me real soon. So I'm looking forward to that.
Well, you do have the wedges on there, so you'll and you're updating Facebook continuously.
Yeah, Facebook's the best place to go
whether
to
it's
see
the Bulldogs eating the Hooters or
That's
or
it.
yeah,
You got it.
All right. Okay.
Yep. And
So-
heck yeah. Then one other thing, grips. Grips are so important on putters, and just brought in a few to show you. This one's the grind in the bigger grip. Then I've also got a mid-size now.
Okay.
And then color-wise, everybody's so into color now.
Well, I'm in the orange now.
Yep, you're into orange. So this is the orange grind grip.
Yeah, orange is the color of October.
Yep.
When's your sentence up?
I'll be changed. I'll be changing to a different color for November.
And then we've got a green, which is pretty bright, and everybody's kind of liking that.
Yeah, I just left green.
Yep.
Yep.
I tell you what, I like this. This bigger one feels pretty good.
It really does. That's what I've got on my putter. Yep.
That's,
Yeah, I've been feeling something like that for years. I'm pretty comfortable.
Dreamer, always a dream. And then
And all these putters
just
and all
basic
these
colors.
grips are being made by
Basic
Pure
colors.
Grip,
Yeah,
right?
inside the United States. Which
Yep, that's
is
right.
good.
Pure Grip, which is a big thing, and I've noted that. And I'm actually going to post a little follow-up article on Pure Grip's website. So I just got accepted this morning, and I'll be posting on that. So
Congratulations.
thank you very much.
And then just
that
one other real quick
$8
thing.
gets me a cup of coffee.
Sure.
Yeah,
Voila.
Here we go. Powder coating.
That's our buddy's baby.
That's her.
That's her.
Well, it's about time, dude.
Yep. This one,
You know.
I'd like to thank Bobby at Bandits Golf.
Yep.
He powder coated it.
We got to get Bobby back in here.
Yeah, we'll get Bobby back in.
He's fun.
Bobby's and we had Bobby and I had a good talk the one day when he was in here for the show that he did. You know, about this is something that the kids and stuff are just going to go nuts over it, being able to do something like this with their golf equipment, and having this and letting them see it. They're just going to go, "Are you kidding me?" And everybody goes, "Oh well, you're copying Bubba." Well, no, people, no. My pink titanium shaft.
But you know what? It doesn't matter. I mean, Al can mix custom
can do
colors.
anything.
Yeah. It's the palette's there, and the great thing is I think Hugh and you will agree to this is the customization capability, the way the lines are cut. You leave the clean face for your eye, but yet he's put in a little pink stripe into the, I think, is that the bottom groove?
Yeah, bottom groove.
And you don't see that when you're standing over it, so that doesn't come into your eyesight. But
actually helps with alignment if you do see it a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, if you're stepping into it, I could see it.
I just
But
like the way
as you're standing over it, you're not going to pick it up.
And if you look at this close enough, you can see how the top line, how he's come across, where you got a little bit of the chrome on the top of the toe. It makes
Which
it
is
look
what he
more,
told me.
makes it look more open and gives you more of a bulge and roll look like the old wooden club.
Right.
So you don't just see a club sits there with a lot of loft like this.
and for old timers like you, that's pretty important.
Well, like I said,
you want to make sure you nut it, so you can get that whole 167 yards out of it when you hit it. So,
and then wanted to throw just a little bit of black in the bottom of it because the shaft that we're putting in it's got some black in it. So we wanted to.
And
tie
interestingly,
in.
instead of painting, this is powder coating.
Powder
now.
coating. It's a lot tougher. It's a lot tougher. Basically, you charge the item that you have to prep it first, and that's crucial. You have to strip it down to the very bare metal. And then at that point, you sandblast it so that the powder can adhere good to it. So then you charge it up with the electrical charge, and then the powder shot out of a special gun, and it attracts right straight to the charged item, the club head. And then once you get a good coat on it, then it goes into the oven, a little over 400 degrees for about 45 minutes. So what it does is it takes all the powder and converts it into a solid. And it's a very, very tough finish, and it's very hard to get off of a golf club once you put it on.
Right.
So it's a route to travel as far as durability goes.
What does something like that retail for?
Depending on the labor, anywhere between $69 to $99. On the color and how whether there's a lot of little variables. And also we have the hydro dipping. So like something basic like that's going to be between $69 $79.
Okay.
Some of the stuff that's a little more tedious and higher end that we've got to do a little more work to, more disassembly and more taping, something like that. Like some of these real intricate drivers with all the weights that you're going to spend a lot more time prepping that and getting it ready.
Yeah,
something like
sense.
that's going to be around $100. So.
Now, can you take a head like this, like Hugh's Nike head, and can you personally stamp it? Can you stamp that? Put initials on it or whatever?
Wedges and putters and irons we can do. Woods, the metal they're made out of, and as hollow as they are, there's no need in even trying to stamp them.
There's not enough surface there.
Most of them are titanium of some sort, which you're not going to be able to
you're
touch anyway.
Yeah.
If it's not, then it's something that if you stamp it, you're not going to be able to do it deep enough to be able to recognize it. Because if you do, you're going to crack it.
That's it, because the walls are so thin.
Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Well, I'm just figuring, somebody's going to ask that question.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But no, it's pretty cool to see a local company be able to do something like this. Because people come in here and they start seeing this stuff. They're like, wow, where'd I go? What I do? So that's the one cool thing about trying to help Al get this done and doing this and him doing this for me. And it's like. It's just like, me, George. I like being different anyway. I like having something that nobody else has.
Really?
It just gives me that thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
If you say so.
Definitely.
And Al, you also have wedges, and you're known for your grind wedges. I have one in my bag. You have probably 15 that have been gifted to you, I would assume. So we won't go there.
Notice how he said gifted?
Gifted.
I have two.
Gifted.
I have two. And I help Al talk. We've talked about a lot of things. We've got a lot of ideas and things.
He's going to help with the design on the next
doing
wedge.
some stuff to where
you're going to listen to him on this.
Oh yeah.
You think he's going to listen to you?
Good luck. I didn't ask him to listen to me.
Would you shoot up there at River's Edge the other day?
Big 9-0.
Yeah.
I shot the temperature.
Yeah.
I shot the temperature. But I brought it back, dude.
Yeah.
I just had to get my
Alan
handicaps.
Page came
I had
back
to get
out
a
of
new
retirement
handicap
from the
card.
Minnesota Vikings.
My gin was coming out. I had to get an adjustment.
I can't believe you admit to it.
I got my 7th gin card for the summer.
That's one of the very first wedges that I pulled out of the box.
Yeah.
That was one of the first wedges I'd made for myself, and that one patinaed out to
I
a
like
normal.
that.
I like that.
I like that. You know, people have seen my grind wedge, and you know, it's got the rust on the face and all that, and they go, "Dude, you know, why didn't? Is this thing bad? Is the cover already gone off?" I said, "Dude, you want that spin?
Yes.
You want that rust."
Well, you remember when Phil Rogers came out with the Rusty?
Trusty Rusty.
I mean, the rust helps the ball spin more.
The
People
Cleveland
think it's-
RTG. Yep.
I mean, Bob Vokey was doing that
Raw.
20 years ago.
Yeah, doing the raw
They'd come
wedges.
out raw
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
get them wet and let them sit out in the car in the trunk, let them rust.
I
mean,
have
that
I
was-
have done that at a club championship back at Noonan, and we had not had rain in a month.
Yeah.
And I mean, you were just looking for any spin at all.
Oh, yeah.
And I literally took my at the time my Callaway Jaws, which are similar as far
Raw.
as the composite, and I literally went and dumped them in water, then pulled them out and just let them sit in the garage, out of the bag. I didn't put them back in the bag; just let them sit there and just get rust all over them.
Yes.
And then went out and played in the club championship. I mean, it made a world of difference. And
Oh, yeah.
every night I came home and put them back in the water and let them sit there.
Yes.
Every night.
And then if you want to clean it off, you just put them in a little bucket of Coca-Cola, and it eats all the rust
eats
off.
all the rust right off.
Yep.
And there you go.
Looks
Well,
like
I
a brand
tell
new
people,
club.
Still like a little piece of steel wool and a little oil. You know, just on a
Yeah.
regular basis, just kind of.
Then it looks like a gun. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it'll start eventually. Yes.
Yeah, the blue one comes back out. Yeah, no doubt about it. What else you want to talk on?
Let's see here.
About it.
Pretty much about it. Yeah, I think we've. I thank you all for your time. And
Well, you know, we're talking custom golf here. Now, excited about your putter, dude. That's
Thank
great
you.
stuff. The wedges have proven themselves. If you're looking for a custom wedge, I mean, I know they're out there. There's other companies that are doing this stuff, but Al puts his heart and soul into each wedge that he does. Again, you've got the custom labeling. You've got the custom, grind opportunities here, the bounces, the options are endless for you. Again, you're going to pick your shaft, your grips, your head design. So get with Al's Custom Golf. Again, you're out of Possum Trot.
yes, sir.
You got the big trailer over there.
Yes,
You've got
sir.
a sim. You've
Yes,
got
sir.
a driving range. You've got a
Short
practice
range.
bunk area.
Yep.
You've got everything that's needed for you to go in there and get this stuff custom fitted to
I
you.
got blessed. I mean, I couldn't have put anything like that together. It just
No.
was divine intervention.
It turned out very well. We're in the process of working something out to get him out at the SC Golf Center too.
Definitely.
And have a little thing out there to do some stuff, once
Right.
a week or
Right.
whatever. So
I'm really excited about
getting
that.
get these
Yep.
kids fitted and get them in the right stuff, because you've heard me say it, George, and we talk about it all the time. But I'm pretty peculiar with my equipment and how things are, just from being spoiled as I was as a tour player. But if I'm not fixing it or doing it, there's only one person I'm letting
That's
touch
right.
my stuff, and
That's
that's
right.
Al Cloyd, because the man's the best there is.
That's right.
Thank you.
Well,
Very, very
we
much.
love him.
I love it. I live, breathe, and eat it. So I mean, it's my life.
Al's Custom Golf, home of Grind Golf, www.grindgolfclubs.com. Give us your phone number again, Al.
Sure, it's 843-602-5527.
Call it, folks. He'll never answer, but call it. For Al Cloyd, Dr. Grind, HR3, my brother from one of my other mothers.
One of our 12.
Yeah, one of our 12.
Yep.
George Honeycutt, thanks so much for joining us on TGD Today. Coming up, Pro Golf Talk Live right here on TGD Today.
If you're looking to play some golf in the Myrtle Beach area, just call Dave at the Golf Director, 844-GO-GOLF-1. That's 844-464-6531. Just call Dave. Dave can get you on the course with the best rates on the Grand Strand. Just call Dave. If you're a little shy and you don't like talking on the phone, just chat with Dave. Go to thegolfdirector.com in the lower right-hand corner, click chat. In a few seconds, you're going to be chatting live with Dave. Dave has some of the best golf packages offered anywhere. Just call Dave. 844-GO-GOLF-1. That's 844-464-6531. Tell your friends to tweet at the Golf Director. Hashtag Just Call Dave. 844-GO-GOLF-1. Just call Dave at the Golf Director.
Tee it up. Where we gonna hit 'em today? Tee it up. Got my sticks, I'm on my way.
I'm here today with personal trainer Ryan Copeland talking about how we can improve our golf game with some easy daily stretches. But Ryan, I want to ask you, there's some folks out there who work out regularly, they're in great shape, they think they don't even have to stretch before they go out for a round of golf, but that can be bad, right?
What I've actually noticed in the gym here, whether you golf or just casual working out, is that the people who work out harder actually think they're more advanced and that they actually stretch less because they think they're doing more. In the contrary, they're hurting themselves because as you contract the muscles, they want to stay in that contracted state and tighten, which is actually, if they do golf, is going to hurt their golf game. We need to elongate the muscles. I always recommend at least 3 days a week of stretching, full body. And if you're more advanced, I recommend middle-aged people about 30 seconds per stretch, and older and younger people about 15 seconds, and working up to it.
Thanks, Ryan, for that fitness tip brought to you by The Gym, North Myrtle Beach's only 24-hour fitness facility. For more information about this topic and other fitness tips, find them at thegym24.com. That's thegym24.com.
He's the man on the bag, knows all there is to know about my game, knows when I ain't hitting them quite the same, and when I'm terrible he takes the blame. He's the man on the bag, part father confessor, part greenside shrink. Even when my game just stinks, he never thinks it's a drag. He's over there holding the flag, he's the man on the bag. The winds change direction, you can reach the water from here. There's a trap at the dog leg. Remember you made a birdie here last year. Where would I be without him? Oh, how my heart would ache. Who the hell will tell me how this two-footer breaks? He's the man on the bag, to know about my swing, even on the days when I ain't got a thing. He's right beside me giving everything. He's the man on the bag, part Mother Teresa, part Captain Hook. Even when my game's just cooked, he looks at me and he brags. He's over there holding the flag, he's the man on the bag. 152 to the front edge, 183 to the back. I think I'll step on an 8-iron, he says, give the smooth 7 a smack. I put it 6 feet for birdie. Oh, what a great approach. Kindly I remind him that he's still flying coach. He's the man on the bag, the only one who really understands. Even when I'm leaving it in the sand, he's there with the rake in his hand. He's over there holding the flag, he's the man on the bag. the man on the bag. Knows all there is to know about my game. Knows when I ain't hitting them quite the same. And when I'm terrible, he takes the blame. He's the man on the bag. Part Gabby Hayes and part Stony Sphinx. Even when I take to drink, next morning he's there with the shag. Never mentions the short ones I gag. Even told me my girlfriend's a nag. But he gives me no grief when I lag. He's the man on the bag. He's over there holding the flag. He's the man on the bag.
Broadcasting from North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, this is TGD Today.
We're glad to bring you some of the latest tournaments that are ongoing all around the world, and there's a lot happening all around the world. We've got 2 tournaments in Australia. We've got the ladies over in China. And, of course, we've got the PGA Tour in their 3rd event of the new wraparound season, the 2014-2015.
One of my favorite golf courses.
The McGladrey going on at Sea Island.
Sea Island. Oof, what a
and they are down there. They have teed it up, and the guys are out on the course. Brendan Todd is now at 4 under par through 12. Michael Thompson's also at 4 under par through 11. Chesson Hadley's at 3 under through 12. Sean Stefani's at 3 under. Ken Duke,
my boy.
He is he's playing extremely well over the last 18 months. He's at 3 under par. Eric Compton's at 3 under. Good to see Eric posting a good early score. Andrew Svoboda is at 3 under. John Hutt at 3 under. Aaron Badley. Good to see Aaron playing well. I kind of thought Aaron would be down in his homeland this week, participating in the European Tour.
Yeah.
But he decided to tee it up at St. Simon's. And, of course, folks, a lot of the guys go to this tournament, although it may not be in their minds, one of their quote-unquote events that they wanted to play at the end of the year. But they go down there because it's Davis Love's event. And so in their respect and appreciation to Davis for what he's done, of course, as Ryder Cup captain and his career and his foundation, they go down there, and this thing posts a really good field. And a lot of the guys look at it as so much fun for them and the family that, they look at it almost like they look at the Wells Fargo up in Charlotte. It's just
I'd say
one
more
of the
like
better
Hilton
events.
Head.
Yeah?
I'd say it's more like a Hilton Head type event, more laid back. You've got great, quaint little restaurants to go eat at, places to take your kids. If you got your family with you down there, and the golf course itself is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bigger version of Harbortown, so to speak. It's more out with more wetlands and stuff and open. You don't have the condos around it like Harbortown does, and it's a great southern atmosphere.
Well, Harbortown is so much of a shot maker's course, but actually the course they're playing at Sea Island, it's you got to bring your big stick. There's some long holes.
Yeah. It's a different version.
You're dealing with, of course, some of the coastal winds that are coming in, and some big greens there, and so you got to have your short game in order. So it's just an all-around demanding golf course, and I think the guys very much appreciate that.
Yeah, I think it's a beautiful place, and it just like I said, that you stand on the practice tee and you're looking out into the Sound right there, and it's just like man, it doesn't get any better than this.
Yeah, William McGirt's at 2 under. Scott Langley, again, one of those Web.com Tour graduates that have gone up to the big show. Nicholas Thompson's at 2 under. Brian Harmon, Daniel Berger, Ryan Armour is at 2 under. Carl Peterson, Daniel Summerhays is at 1. Chad Campbell, again, just struggling just to keep any kind of status at all. Of course, he'll be back on the Web.com Tour in a full season aspect as soon as it cranks back up. He was unable to achieve his tour card. Scott McCarron, Good to see Scott back out at 1 under through 13. Webb Simpson, of course. Interestingly, this week, Hugh, they had the interviews and the releases of comments made by Webb and Bill Haas. And, Bill had been approached evidently and asked during an interview, should he have been chosen over, say, a Webb Simpson for the Ryder Cup. And Webb, basically gave his answer. Bill gave his answer, and then the media took it and spun it and made it almost like those two, although they were being paired together today, that there was conflict and interest and some cynicism coming out of them when in actuality it really wasn't. Webb Simpson just simply made the fact that he was glad to be chosen, and if people felt like that they should have been on the team versus him or others, that they should have just played better during the season, and then they, didn't have to be a captain's pick.
Right,
so,
and then that's the perfect answer. I mean, he got it. He was fortunate enough to be able to be picked, and then for people to say, well, you think you deserved it, I'm like, that's just idiotic.
It's here nor there.
Yeah, it's
Again,
not his choice anyway.
The horse is dead in the stall. Frankly, let's just quit kicking it. Let's wait till it bloats up and explodes, and then we'll remove it. Yep. So
dead right.
So moving on. Again, a good field showed up down there. Again, it's a lot of fun to watch and follow just because of the golf course and the, as you said, the laid back approach to this. A lot of the guys use it. A lot of guys live there.
Yeah.
And not too many people realize that Sea Island is one of those hidden gems that, the touring pros, although you may seem to think it's remote and how do they get in and out of it? Of course, all these guys have private charters and things of that sort. So it's not like they need an international airport.
Well, you got a
access.
45-minute drive down to Jacksonville if you need that.
Sure.
And, that's where
Or they can go to Charleston, or they can go to Jacksonville, or they can even go to Atlanta.
Yeah.
They
But I mean, that's where Heather and I spent our honeymoon, and then it's a place that we love, and it's very close to our hearts. And Mike Taylor, who's one of the top instructors down there at Sea Island, is a good friend, and spent a lot of time. And it's one of those places that when you're comfortable, you go down there, and it's a vacation, but it's also like, man, this could be home.
Right.
It's that
type of atmosphere. Yes. Yeah. Well, congratulations to McGladrey as the title sponsor for it. They are running in. This is their 5th year now as being the title sponsor for it, and this is the first year. This tournament started as the winner's check was about $700,000, and this year they have now toppled over $1 million to the winner. So congratulations, $1,008,000 is the winner's check this week. So congratulations to McGladrey, to the Davis Love Foundation for getting this to reaching that milestone. They're going to be handing out a total purse of $5.6 million.
It's just nice to see it growing, and you can see about the support of the players, and that's why it's growing.
Right.
The players are supporting.
And again, the winner this week again obtains a Masters invite. So there's always that. I mean, that Tommy Two Gloves 2 years ago wins it, and so that got him his tour card, and it also got his invite to Augusta. Yeah. So again, it's one of those events that was kind of pushed into the season, as a filler maybe, but now it's become almost one of those that the players are kind of desiring to go play.
And George, since even with the wraparound, and it's all inclusive and the way it is, back in the day it was the Pensacola's, the Southern Opens, the Texas, and now this has become something a little bigger and a little more grandiose than those were. Those were kind of the end of the year. Play well and try to keep your card. Well, that's not a part of the scenario anymore. So these tournaments are seeming to have the chance to build.
Yeah, it does. And also, too, with the way the structure is from the Web.com Tour players getting into the system, and they want to jump out early before the blue chip players get back after the holidays and start their seasons.
It gives them a chance to get their feet wet.
Exactly. Get some money in the bank, get some FedEx Cup points established. You're like, last week you've got a young man that just came out on the tour. He's been out a couple of years, but now he's got a win. You look at 2 weeks ago, you got another young man that's, trying to make it. You got people like Tony Finau, who's coming from the big break into the web.com and now into the big show.
He's struggling a bit today at Sea Island.
Yeah, I haven't seen his
Plus
score.
three.
+3.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he has a top 15 2 weeks ago. He's got a top 5 last week. So, I mean, the boy's made, just in a couple of weeks of time, he's made $300,000.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's more money than him or his brother have seen in their entire career.
Oh,
so
exactly. And it's just, you know, it's like I said, it's a chance for them to get their feet wet, get the experience, figure out how things work and what you need to do. So when it comes time to go to Honolulu, you know, and go to and play over at Waialae, you're ready to roll.
go to the Sony. Yeah.
You're ready to go.
Yeah. So, again, Sea Island, a lot of fun to watch, partake in, to observe, to follow over the weekend. So be sure to do that. The McGladrey Classic out of Sea Island, home of Davis Love and many, many others. Now we're going to jump across the pond. A lot going on internationally. Hugh, let's go next to the Blue Bay LPGA at Wan Lake Blue Bay Golf Course in Henan Island, China. And Jessica Korda goes out and shoots a bogey-free 66 to take the first-round lead in this event. Yodi Errett is at 5 under par. Brittany Lang at 5 under. Shan Fang, who just last week picked up a win on the LPGA Tour, she's also at 5 under par. Carolyn Masson at 5 under. Leanne Pace is at 5 under. Michelle Wee, again, a good return for Michelle Wee. She's at 5 under. And I mentioned on Monday, I gave some accolades to Michelle. You weren't here, but I gave some accolades to Michelle, and hopefully you heard it, and you said, oh, good for you, George. I'm glad you did that. So
Actually, Heather was listening while we were laying
Was
there.
she?
So
Did she?
we both were sick and laying there in the bed, and she had the show on. So
well, bless her heart.
You know.
My only fan.
yep, better one than none.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Love her to death. Danielle King is at 4 under. Christy Kerr, again, Christy had a meltdown last week, and so it's good to see her kind of flip that back around. And she's so emotional, Hugh. It's you sit and you watch her walking down the fairway on Sunday at number 12. It always seems to be number 12, and you either say, okay, she's going to go ahead and close the door on this one and take this, or this is where both of her legs are going to fall off, her left arm's going to separate, and her head's just going to tumble down.
Yeah.
You know?
911.
God, when she explodes, dude.
Yeah.
It's hard to even put a male golfer on the PGA Tour in that same.
Steve Pate.
You think so?
It's
that emotional?
At times, yes. As much as she is, no.
Yeah.
But they ain't calling Volcano for no reason.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
I
right.
mean, when Pater would go, he'd go.
Yeah, you're
But,
right.
You know, and then my girl IK Kim's right there, tied for 8th at 4 under, 68.
Yeah,
So,
she had a good round.
I'm telling
Yep.
you, she gets it to where she starts putting good and kind of gets her head in the game. This girl can go.
Well, again, Lydia Ko's at 3 under par. She shoots 69. That young lady is just proving her worthwhile on the LPGA Tour. She's going to be around for a long time to come, dude.
She is. She is. Nice to see Maria Jose Uribe playing well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Maria Ho. So I mean, she was down in Hilton Head with us with IK. This young lady's turned into a really solid player out there on the LPGA.
Beatrice Riccardi at 2 under par. I'm going on down the list here. Brittany Lincecum's at 2 under. Just giving you some of the names that we normally talk about on a week-to-week basis. And I'm trying to do.
I like the Laura Diaz down there at 2 under par.
Oh, well, Laura Davies at even. How about that?
Yeah.
There's another one.
Yanni Sang, 1 under. Yeah, I don't quite know what happened to her because that girl went from the actual world beater of every woman golfer to hoping to make cuts now.
Right.
So I don't know what's kind of happened in that arena.
Well, again, we sit and watch all these players, and they either on top of the world or they're smoothly making the cuts, or they're just struggling to even pull the trigger.
Yeah.
So it's again, Hugh, as you talk about, the mental aspect of the game is 99.9%. So. And I'm sure for the ladies, just like the men, they struggle with it just as much as anybody else. Let me give the official TGD Today back-end report. Zara Munoz is at +3.
You knew that was coming. I mean,
so I had to give a back-end report. So Zara Munoz, I'm going to have to designate our back in focus attention for the new season. So they're now in their final 4. So their season's almost up. So I'm going to have to pick someone else new for next year. I wonder who that's going to be. That'll be my challenge for the holiday.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll leave that right up to you.
Yeah. Well, you should.
Yeah.
I'm the fashion police here, so we'll do that. All right, buddy. Another tournament that's going on. Of course, the European Tour is down in Australia at the ISPS Henday, and that is, of course, in Australia. And interestingly, John Wade goes out and shoots 8 under par. Him and Thorborn Olsen both shoot 8 under par. Michael Sims shoots 6 under. Peter Whiteford shoots 6 under. Kim shoots 6 under. Tom Lewis is at 6 under. Brett Runford, David Drysdale, Mark Foster, Matthew Griffin. I mean, these are just not common household names, and it's good to see.
Wade is not much younger than me.
No, he's.
They said he got out to a really hot start and got to cooking early.
He's 46 years old, so John, just went out there and just started firing, and him and Thorborn Olsen both tied the course record with a 64. So congratulations to them. Damn good playing, and if you look at John's background, his only win has come in a Challenge Tour event in 2006.
Yep.
So, he's been out there just basically scrapping for shreds of food for years. Mm-hmm. And so congratulations to him. Hopefully he can keep it going. This would be a great win for him.
It would be a great story. It would be a great story and help kind of promote European touring and a little more. Even though Australia's popular with golf, get the rest of the world more looking and watching these, because this golf course looks fantastic on television.
Well, Lake Kirrierup is a country club there in Perth, Australia, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It's one of those golf courses that you sit and look at and you think, you mentioned earlier, you even saw it on the coverage here in the studio, and you said, are they in South Africa?
Yeah, it looks like a lot, with the tall kind of the silver oaks or whatever they are. Mm-hmm. It looks like a lot of the golf courses around Johannesburg. So.
Yeah. A beautiful golf course, a lot of fun to watch and follow. So be sure to do that. The ISPS Henday Perth International, of course, going on at Lake Kirrierup Country Club in Perth, Australia. And again, some interesting names at the top of that leaderboard. Pretty good field. This is all the normal week players from the European Tour. And then also going on in Australia this week, and this is a tournament that really gained a lot of attention last year because of its winner and the individual who finished second in that, and that is, of course, the 2014 Asian Pacific Amateur Championship. And the reason, folks, that this gets so much quote-unquote attention is because the winner and second-place finisher in this, the runner-up, and the champion get automatic invites to Augusta National.
Nice.
So for the Masters. So, you're always going over there, and you see a lot of American players amateur or in register and sign up for this because they may want to take another shot at those invited amateur slots coming to Augusta. Maybe they didn't make it here for the USM. And so they'll go over there and get registered and sign up for the Asian. And so it makes for, a great tournament to watch because you see the kids like last year, the young South Korean, the young Chinese kid, both at 13 and 14 years old respectively. Now they're a year older. They're a little bit bigger. They're pounding the golf ball. It's amazing the length that some of these kids have.
The golf in general has changed a ton. And, looking at this list, George, there's no Americans over there. That's
none of the Americans.
Surprising.
Really?
Surprising, yes.
All right. Well, I haven't even gone down through the list, so I spoke inappropriately. My apologies. But, again, I think one of the biggest things for me, Hugh, is the place where they're playing is Royal Melbourne.
What a beautiful place that is, that golf course. How famous. That's all you hear
Well, you
about
got the same designer of Augusta National that designed Royal Melbourne.
Alistair McKenzie.
And Mr. McKenzie was not able, with this golf course, much like another one that he had done, Augusta, to actually live to see it finished. And so he went over there, got it designed, got it going, got it started, drew out all the holes, but he did not live long enough to see them complete and open. And so Royal Melbourne, though, folks, if you want to see a little bit of Troon, a little bit of St. Andrews Old Course, a little bit of Ballybunion, a touch of Augusta, and then see some true links golf, then watch this tournament that as it's being, broadcasted to you. Of course, there are 23 hours in time difference, so we'll be picking up the coverages normally at middays for the next day. But just watch this golf course. I would absolutely love. I mean, we've seen a President's Cup there.
Yeah.
I would love to see a Ryder Cup there.
It's
that
just
would
so
be
old school, It's just you look at it and it's rustic. The bunkers, they're not perfectly made. They just sit
they're
in.
just.
It's like you said.
They're
links.
dastardly.
It looks like links.
They are dastardly, and these greens firm up, dude. I mean, this golf course will eat your lunch.
Yes, it will.
And so this is the type of golf course, Hugh, that I very much appreciate, especially for these amateurs and these young kids, because they're going to have to hit the driver. They're going to have to hit their long irons. They're going to have to be absolutely surgical with their wedges.
They better be Harry Houdini around the greens if they want to get it up and down.
That's my point.
There's no getting away with a mistake around this
and
golf
they
course.
better be rolling their damn rock.
Yeah.
I mean, because these greens, you can go out there and not cut them for 6 days and they'll still roll 12.
Oh, yeah. And it's like Hugh Jr. used to say, shoot, 29 or below, or you can't putt.
Well, from Australia, leading the tournament right now, the Asian Pacific Amateur Championship, is Todd Sanat at 5 under par, 67 on round one. Juan Tin Lang is at 4 under par, 68. Antonio Murdaka at 3 under par. Taewon Fongpung. That's easy for you to say. At 3 under. Lee Chin Po's at 3 under. Saito Tai is at 2 under. And Devin Hua is at 2 under. And then there's a host at 1 under. And then a lot of follow-up there. I want to go down the list again and looking. A lot of Australian players are involved. Of course, Japanese. South Koreans are heavily represented. And we're going on down the list. There's a player from Turkey. There's one from India.
You've got
that I see so far.
From the Middle East. I mean, there's folks from a lot of different places, a lot of kids, and some high scores too. It just goes to show.
Well, that's where I was getting to. We're looking at, again, the highest score posted in round one, 103 plus 31. Then we have a 101 plus 29, a 96 plus 24, 91 plus 19, and then there are several 88s, several 87s, a couple of 86s, 85, 84s, 83s. It comes back down the list. So Royal Melbourne is not one to be joked with.
You don't scoff at it. No.
Yeah.
No.
And, of course, all of these amateurs have gone out and proven themselves. They have won, local amateurs or even their own country's amateurs, and then have, also been in junior golf programs from throughout the world. And whether that's in the U.S. or in Australia or in Europe or wherever they've attended school. So it's not like these players just decided last week, hey, I'm going to be a golfer and I'm going to go out and sign up for the Asian Pacific Amateur. This is one of those tournaments you just don't go and sign up for and get into.
Well, I mean, there's got to be some qualities to it that you've got, accomplishments
some
you've got to
qualifiers,
have, to be able to get there and to see the scores that they shot. You're like going, wow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And interestingly, this is representative of like the World Am that we have here, which is truly amateurs. Yeah. It's not professional / amateurs. But again, you see people come in here for the World Am, and they'll play from probably 1,000 yards less than what these kids are playing at Royal Melbourne, and they'll go out as 2 handicappers and they can't break 90. And so, you see where I live on that side of the fence, Yeah. Professionals like you don't worry about that stuff. You worry about shooting in the 70s. That's a bad day for you. But for us, I posted the temperature last week. I can relate. So
I just can't believe you
and
admitted
proud of it,
to me.
too.
I can't believe you admitted it to me.
Why
but
not?
I just can't,
Why not?
Because you know how much flack I'm going to give you.
Well, I turned around this weekend and I shot 73.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
And Fellner put
You
a
found
60,
your eraser, didn't you?
Fellner put a 66 on me.
Yeah, you told me that. That's pretty
So
impressive.
yeah, Jim can play.
Jim can play. There's no question
That's all that about it.
Jim's got some game.
Yeah, Jim can play. So, and I thought I was pretty proud of my 73, considering that my new Gin handicap card showed me at 14.8. So,
And you shoot 73, and he's out there robbing, wonder why people are pulling guns on him.
all right. Well, a lot going on in the pro world. Of course, we've jumped all over the pond here. Again, the Europeans are down in Australia. The amateurs are also playing in the Asian Pacific. The ladies are in China at Blue Sky, and that is this is a brand new venue for them. And so this is the first year at Blue Sky, and it is a gorgeous, gorgeous golf course. One of those that you would like to travel and go play. It's just drop dead. I mean, they've dropped a ton of money into it.
I mean, there's just golf courses all over the world that people haven't seen or heard or anything else, and I mean, and they're unbelievable.
Yeah.
And they're in parts of the world that people's like, well, why would I go there? Well, you see the golf course and the resort, you go, oh, okay. I mean, it's a lot of fun and it's different. There's things outside the United States of America.
And I'm glad. We make fun of the LPGA and their Asian tour and the South America tour, and they're components of what they play outside the U.S. And the LPGA is a U.S. product.
Yeah.
But however, it's events like this and the Blue Sky there and that new golf course and their new sponsors and all that make it worthwhile, and I think make it entertaining for us, the golf amateurs. So
absolutely, it does.
Hats off and congratulations to the
glad
LPGA.
to see him doing it.
And of course, Sea Island going on, the McGladrey Classic. So let's keep up with all this and pro golf talk for the coming weekend. And of course, on Monday at Monday Morning Golf Wrap, Hugh and I will be wrapping up all the events that we just talked about and introduced you to that is going on this week. So for Hugh Roy III, I'm George Honeycutt. Thanks so much for joining us today on TGD TV. We'll be back with you again real soon. And we want to thank the people at Zeus Digital Marketing for producing all this for you.
Broadcasting from North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, TGD Radio presents Golf Wrap, sponsored by Myrtle Beach.